Assalamualaikum and a very good day to my respected lecturer, Madam Hairul Samakmo, and to all my fellow viewers. My name is Nur Ashkim Designer Abidin, and today I am incredibly pleased to share my individual reflection video for the subject MGT548, Organizational Behavior. In this presentation, I will connecting core academic OB concept directly to my personal life and my experiences as a university student. Before I dive into this course, I used to view an organization as simply a corporate structure or a list of administrative rules. However, my understanding of organizational behavior now centers on three main pillars. First, it has a human-centric focus. OB is the systemic, scientific study of how individuals, groups, and structures behave within organizations. Second, it acts as a form of workplace psychology, giving us a clear guide to understand why individuals interact, perform, or sometimes clash within a collaborative setting. And finally, it provides practical integration, translating these core behavioral patterns into dynamic pathways so we can optimize teamwork, increase motivation, and enhance our overall leadership capability. Essentially, it answers the question, why do people act the way they do in a group? And how can we manage that behavior for success? To truly understand how I operate within a team, I analyze my psychological traits using the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator framework. The result showed that I possess an INTP-8 personality profile, which stands for the assertive logician. As an introvert, intuitive thinker, my natural habit in assignments is being a quiet observer. Behind the scenes, I excel in processing complex data, formatting structures, and organizing assets neatly without seeking noisy or external validation. Furthermore, my thinking and perceiving traits enable me to be highly rational and flexible. I prefer to execute projects strictly using logic rather than emotional factors, which give me the unique flexibility to adapt gracefully to unexpected adjustment during tight timelines. Our unique personalities have shaped our core workplace and academic values, which then guide our day-to-day attitudes. For me, the two most important values are autonomy and competence. I highly value autonomy, meaning I appreciate having the operational space to plan and execute technical files independently. I thrive when I trusted by a team to structure content without being micromanaged, hand to hand with this is competence. I hold a deep personal commitment to mastering digital tools and office systems. Driven by my assertive nature, I always focus heavily on delivering high quality, precise results in all my coursework, and I deeply respect peers who do the same. Now, let's connect this concept to real life student situation, starting with attitude and job satisfaction. In OB, attitudes are evaluative statements about object, people, or events. If I view my current role as a student as my job, my attitude is generally positive because I know it builds my career. However, setbacks happen. Recently, I experienced a severe psychological setbacks when I failed one of my subjects. For many students, an academic failure completely drains motivation and damages self-belief. It triggers a sharp wave of cognitive dissonance, the uncomfortable mental tension we feel when our actual reality doesn't align with our high standards of competence. But this is exactly where my initiative, the A grade, shows its immense value. Thanks to my high emotional stability, I did not let this setback drag me down or define my worth. Instead, I look at the failure objectively as a data point. I deliberately adjust my cognitive attitude, telling myself it was a temporary hurdle. I shifted my behavior, worked twice as hard, and successfully re-established my academic satisfaction and focus. The second major OB issue involves perception and decision making. Perception is the process by which we organize and interpret sensory impression, but human beings frequently use shortcuts that lead to errors. I experienced it directly during group assignments with my project peers Mimi, Ifa, Mira, Sharifa, and Dalila. Inside our face-to-face meeting in our group WhatsApp task, my behavioral pattern is to be very quiet. I sit back, listen intently, and observe rather than sending constant messages because of this and OB perceptual shortcut known as stereotyping or selective perception can easily happen. Extrovert Team members might look at my silence and perceive it as laziness, disengagement, or lack of interest. But in reality, my quietness is just active internal cognitive processing. I am busy reviewing the project rubrics, preparing schemas, and optimizing templates in my mind. Once my group explicitly asks for my input, I don't give them small talk. I give them a finalized, highly logical piece of work. To overcome this communication gap, I built what Obi calls as a rational bridge. I started sending brief state indicators in WhatsApp, such as I am currently drafting the structure now, which successfully bridged my quiet efficiency with complete group comfort. The final OB issue I want to address is motivation. What keeps us moving forward when academic pressure mounts? For an INTPA, a motivation is deeply rooted in an intrinsic drive. I am propelled forward by internal growth, natural curiosity, and the deep intellectual satisfaction of deciphering complex technical and administrative architectures. This drive is completely supported by internal locus of control, the absolute belief that my outcomes are defined by my own personal actions and strategy adjustment, not by external luck, failure, or environmental pressures. Finally, understanding my motivation has helped me establish an anti-burnout strategy. I have learned to use autonomous task structures as essential protective boundaries. By organizing my workspace and files neatly, I avoid mental exhaustion and maximize my creative execution cycles. In conclusion, preparing this reflection has proved to me that organizational behavior or OB is not just an abstract textbook subject, it is a life guide to succeeding in university and my future career. Through this course, I have achieved deep self-awareness by understanding how my INTPA profile impacts my work. I have embraced proactive collaboration by actively closing communication gaps during my quiet observation cycles in WhatsApp. I have reinforced my assertive resilience, proving that viewing failure strictly as objective data points transform stressful setbacks into constructive action steps. Ultimately, that this boosts my corporate readiness, effectively bringing my academic milestone at UITM with future high-value professional execution. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Bye-bye.